Welcome to Gimme 10 the podcast, where we ask some of the sharpest minds in branding, content, and advertising to give us 10 real insights to shape your career. If you're just starting out or trying to level up, this show is just built for you. This show is built to give you clarity, direction from people who've actually done the work. Today's guest is Ninad. He's the co-founder of Hello, a modern luxury gear brand. Ninad is one of those rare minds who knows how to think, teach, and build all at once. Today, he's here to help you do the same. So, Ninad, just tell me, when you started in advertising, what did you think strategy was and how was that definition changed for you today?
I had no clue what strategy meant. And I think it took me about 2-3 years to understand what strategy meant. Today, my belief is strategy is nothing but clarity.
Right.
I think the guy who's in the room, who's sitting on the table, the guy who brings guy, girl, whoever it is, brings clarity, that person is a strategic master because it involves so much, it involves distilling all the information that's available out there in the world and then getting into that one direction that becomes clarity. And then people say, oh yeah, wow, this is what we should be doing.
What actually got you the clarity to think that you can actually be a great strategist?
If I look back, I think the most important thing that really got me the understanding of strategy was pure demonstration of it. Because, I'm a very practical, hands-on guy. Until and unless I see that happening in front of my eyes, I don't believe in anything. So I think the first time I got clarity about strategy and the fact that strategy is clarity is when I put some solution on the table, and that solution was, it created an immediate wow.
Right.
And people said, yes, this is what we should be doing. It need not be an idea, like how people in advertising try to reduce everything to an idea. I think ideas are overrated. I think direction is far more important. Right. Once you get the direction right, then you can have 10 ideas on it, right? So it's like business. They say keep invested in it, and then for the first 1,000 days, 2,000 days, you will see the worst, and then one day it will take off.
What wow factor or what actually for you was a wow strategy that you actually built for a certain client?
First one was on Lifebuoy. So Lifebuoy was launching hand sanitizer back in 2009. And this was the time when swine flu was happening in the country. I was the guy who was the strategist on that project. And, we were exploring how to pitch it. Because Lifebuoy till that time was like it was a toilet soap and it was a toilet soap. Right. So we had two options, right? And this is how strategy plays out. We had two options, not two options. The first option was obviously Lifebuoy lived in the toilet bathroom zone as a brand, right? And we said, look, it's a hand sanitizer in a bottle. Obviously, it has to be carried out of home. तो out of home क्या problems है लोगों के जो हम लोग solve कर सकते हैं? One is the condition of the public toilets.
Right.
So you could get someone to, after using the toilet, they could hand sanitize their hands. That was one world. But we said that the brand also needs to improve its imagery. If you are already a toilet bathroom product and if you pitch it for the outside world, you can't really escape that imagery.
Of course.
Then I did something which in strategy we call it the part to purchase, right? So we said, let's do a part to purchase of different things, when people are traveling, when people are mobile. One was the toilet bathroom. The other, very interestingly, because that was just the time when, eating out was growing big and everything. And I did a part to purchase for eating out. And in that part to purchase, what came out is that most people, when they are out, when they want to eat something, they want to wash their hands. There is a slight, question in their mind before they touch the food. Should I be washing my hands? Then they think about the conditions, in which there is a wash basin or a sink, and, and they think, no, I think it's going to be too dirty. And this is happening in the subconscious mind just before he or she is touching the food. So the distance between what is happening in the mind till the time the hand touches the food was our channel of communication. And in that channel, there is a doubt, are my hands clean or not? We said we will plant a question at that time and just simply ask, हाथ धोया क्या? And हाथ धोया क्या was a campaign. The line was written by me. which then another agency stamped it on a roti in Kumbh Mela and it won the Grand.
We've all seen that.
Yeah. Most times, especially in the advertising industry, people mistake the line as the strategy. The second example was again very interesting. Back in 2013, BookMyShow was launching its app. And they said that, look, people have been booking through our website. And, that was the time when apps were becoming big and everything. They're saying, we are launching our app. Now you can book a movie ticket from anytime, anywhere.
Right.
So we said, yeah, that's fine. But, if you study the whole culture of movie watching that was changing at the time, multiplexes were really big at that time. And BookMyShow was a multiplex brand.
Right. Of course.
So लोग जब मल्टीप्लेक्स पे बुक करते हैं टिकट, तो अगर उन्हें ऑनलाइन कोई टिकट नहीं मिला, तो द बिहेवियर एट दैट टाइम वाज, चलो ठीक है, मतलब we'll just walk over to, and most multiplexes would be situated in and around a mall, or the multiplex by itself would have a lot more options. The era of 12, 3, 6, 9 का जो shows था, that was over. Shows were happening at random times. And even before that, कि पिक्चर देखने का जो मूड है ना, वो ऐसे planned नहीं था. Advance booking was out by that time. People used to say, कभी भी मूड आता था कि चल पिक्चर चलते हैं, राइट. कॉलेज में मस्ती करे, चल पिक्चर चलते हैं, राइट. ऑफिस से निकले, चल पिक्चर चलते हैं. वीकेंड में गर्लफ्रेंड बॉयफ्रेंड कुछ कर नहीं रहे, चल पिक्चर चलते हैं. सो चल पिक्चर चलते हैं was something that we felt was the true insight of the times, which is against the booking thing. And we said, if chal picture chalte hai is the sentiment and people are just walking to the box office, ये मूवी नहीं मिला, 3 का नहीं मिला, तो चलो 3.5 में दूसरा कोई मूवी है वो देख लेंगे. नहीं है तो वो कॉफी शॉप में बैठ के कॉफी पियेंगे, बाद में 5 बजे की मूवी देखेंगे, विंडो शॉपिंग करेंगे, बाद में देखेंगे. There was no urgent need. So I told the founder that, look, if there is no urgent need to book it on the app as a solution to a problem, then your business doesn't exist. So your business is actually under a threat. So you cannot sell it as a solution. And we said, don't sell it as a solution, sell it as a sentiment, which is a sentiment of the times, which is chal picture chalte hai. And you pitch your brand on impulse.
Right.
कि आपको फिल्म देखने का मूड किया, तो जहां पे मूड करता है वहीं पे आप, सो राइड ऑन द आइडिया ऑफ मूड. एंड दैट्स हाउ द लाइन मूड किया बुक किया हैपेंड, द कैंपेन मूड किया बुक किया हैपेंड. दैट लाइन अगेन वाज रिटन बाय मी. And so that was the second piece of strategy, which these two are like the most memorable ones from my career. There are many, but these two are really special.
Sure. I just want to understand, there's a lot of talk about how juniors are the one who actually making most mistakes when it comes to building a deck or pitches or, everything. What is your take on that? How do you see being like at a leadership position all your life in the advertising world? And if I take you back asking from a perspective, then how do you see a junior in your perspective? Do you think it's always the juniors that make mistakes, or how do you just give me your insights on that?
I think firstly, I don't like the word deck anymore.
Right. Okay.
In today's day and age, I think we should be well past the idea of a deck. Right. Because I told you the strategy and the thinking behind Lifebuoy as well as BookMyShow. Did I need a deck? You could have been a client and I could have sold you the strategy without a single slide, right? So I think we are well past decks, but juniors are meant to make mistakes, right? But the problem is when seniors make mistakes. And I think the mistakes that you are asking me a question about as far as juniors are concerned, I think it's a more senior mistake than a junior mistake, because juniors want to do more, juniors want to do new stuff. It's the seniors that are holding them back, right? The seniors learned a particular way of selling ideas, selling strategy, writing decks, and they are not willing to see beyond that. They're just that too much of a comfort level where they can't break it. They don't know how to break it. And they're too scared to allow juniors to break it. Because they think, especially in the advertising business, I think all seniors are damn scared.
Right.
They're scared because they don't know where the business is headed towards. They don't have a solution. And they don't know what's the new way of doing things.
Right.
Show me one senior in the industry who has actually paved the way for the future of the industry.
Right.
This is one industry that no senior has done that. And I think that's the sad part. So there's no point blaming juniors. Juniors want, that's the reason the best and brightest juniors are not working in this industry. So I don't think it's a junior's mistake at all.
When a junior planner starting on a new brand, what should they do in their first 7 days?
Firstly, I do not think there is anything called as a junior planner.
Okay.
I think the industry should get rid of every junior planner in the system. I think it's a completely wrong idea to put freshers directly into strategy, because as we were talking initially, strategy is clarity, right? It's very difficult for someone who's just come fresh out of college to understand brands, the nuance. Marketing is one of the most complex. There's no formula to it, right? It's one of the most complex careers. It's one of the most complex subjects because there are no rules, right? Every time you break a rule, that becomes a case study.
Of course.
So I think for someone to get that perspective, to sit across a table with clients, with colleagues, to have a point of view on direction, on clarity, it takes time. And you're putting junior planners who are doing nothing but research online, and you're telling them to call up, let's say 10-15 people and put that in a deck saying we've done research,
Right.
and not getting real exposure to what is happening in the business, not getting them to meet clients, because when you meet clients, those meetings are the ones that teach you the most. I think the junior guy should work across departments, and strategy is not a department. Some of the best strategists that I have met, I have worked with, were not designated planners, right? Strategy is a discipline. It's not a department. And again, by relegating it to a department, there could be a great, brilliant strategist sitting somewhere in your organization. Just because he's not in the planning department, you're not making use of him.
Of course.
As a junior, what somebody who's starting out must do is work in servicing. I think there is no better exposure to advertising than being in servicing, right?
Right.
Work in creative if you want, if you have a flair for writing, if you like art, if you like ideas. But I do not think you can't be a strategist on day one of your career,
Right.
I mean, for some of the earliest planners and strategists in the industry came from people who are good in servicing. And they were then drafted into, the strategic planning department. That's how it happened. So I do not think there is junior planner, there's nothing called as a junior planner.
Everything today has become a performance marketing sort of a thing. What do you see as a difference from when you did it back in the day and from now?
I don't want to give a diplomatic answer, but yes, it is a right mix. If you look at performance just as push. When I meet a junior, the first thing that I really judge that person on.
So that journey from chal picture chalte hain to chal hello banate hain, how is that transition looking for you today, and what is that actually bought that change?